And good evening. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Boys from the Baltic Star. Um, I am Ben, and tonight I have with me the wonderful Ewan. Luke, I'm afraid, is not joining us this evening because he's got better things to do. He's off receiving awards from cricket clubs, of which more later, I suspect. So, Ewan, how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm very good, thanks, Ben. I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Recovering nicely from
Good.
horrendous ailments that would have felled any lesser person, you understand.
Mm,
Um,
indeed, indeed.
but I overcame them because I am stronger than average.
Yes, which is award worthy in and of itself, I'm sure.
I feel that's true, and yet tonight we are celebrating Luke. Yeah. Anyway, leaving aside the unjust nature of the universe,
Mm.
tonight we are going to
Now,
have a second go at City of Thieves, which I seem to remember when we played this through the first time, which is a long time ago now. We both
mm,
immediately said we absolutely loved this one.
yeah, definitely.
It was enormous fun, and and as a consequence, we're going to have another go at it. And I've been sort of slightly putting this one off on the basis that we enjoyed it so much the first time through. I sort of don't want to spoil the memories of it,
Yeah. I can totally understand that.
but
It was a really good one.
hopefully, it will turn out to be even better the second time. So, optimistic signs. First of
Of
all, this is
course.
from my original collection back when I was a tiny, tiny child, and it is dedicated to Lucy, which is nice. It doesn't say which Lucy.
No, there's a little bit of serendipity, I suppose, in that somewhat. I wonder where Lucy is now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. But it's very nice. It's a beautiful piece of cover art. Actually, one of my favourite covers. Um,
Mm.
uh, really, really nice. Um, it's a good point,
Quite.
actually, Sparrow. When was Lucy found in or named in Olduvai? Because this was published in '83 or something. It might line up. You never know.
Uh,
Maybe that is the Lucy.
I'm sure there must be some kind of Reddit thread out there somewhere dedicated to finding out the identity of Lucy.
Probably. Yes, probably.
But that's for another evening, perhaps.
Uh, yeah, maybe not what we investigate tonight.
Mm,
So,
yes, priorities and all that.
yeah. So, first up, we need some stats.
Oh, okay. I haven't been warming my dice. I should have been. I should know by now. Very much warm them up before the stat rolls, if nothing else.
Yes, absolutely. So, this is skill, stamina, and luck. So, first up, skill is 1d6 plus 6.
Very good. Hopefully.
Oh, now
Oh.
that's a very good start. I rolled a 6.
On the flip side, mine's a one.
Okay,
So swings and roundabouts,
exactly.
everything in balance and
So,
all that.
stamina, 2d6 plus 12.
Ah, this is better. No ones this time.
Oh, this has
Oh,
gone
that is
less
better.
well. That's a total of 6 again.
Oh, mine's an 11 plus 12, which is
Fantastic.
quite good. For 23.
And luck, 1d6 plus 6.
Very good.
Okay,
Mm,
though. Another 6. That's good.
that is
So,
good. Mine's more middling, but it works.
so I have 12, 17, and 12. So, skill and luck, brilliant.
Mm.
Stamina, yeah, not great. Okay, so you know what I'm
Now
going to
you're
say
going to tell
next.
me, yeah, it's the
We have
painful bit,
to knock
isn't it?
away 4 points each.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I can't remember how this went last time. I mean, I'm obviously not going to take any off of my mighty skill of 7.
No, no, I
No.
feel that would be a poor choice.
In fact, I'm so worried that my skill might not be good enough. I might not take any off my stamina and take it all off my luck. As reckless as that sounds.
All off the luck. Wow. I don't
Maybe,
think either of
maybe
us have
what?
ever done that before.
No, maybe 1 off the luck because you've made me second guess what a ridiculous idea that is. 3 off the luck, 1 off the stamina. That's what we'll do.
Okay. All right.
6 seems just below average, which it is on 2d6. But, you know,
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
On the basis that we have potential potions and provisions and things like that,
Oh, that's true.
I am going to take the hit on stamina as usual, but not all the way, because I'm going to take my stamina down to 14, which is the lowest you can actually roll.
Oh. Ooh.
I actually rolled 17, so I don't want to go below the minimum you can actually roll,
Yeah,
which
that's
means
fair.
it costs me 1 luck. So skill 12, stamina 14, and luck 11. That's that's the basics for that purpose. And hidden in the back was the knowledge that we can take a potion each.
Ah, yes.
So we can take a potion that restores our skill back up to its original level, our stamina back up to its original level, or luck to original level and add 1 to the initial luck.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a potion of fortune because that means when I use it, not only will I top up my luck of 11, but I'll also get back to my 12.
Yes.
That's my logic.
Good. I'm going to do the same because I feel as though I'm in desperate need of gaining some stats somewhere.
Yeah.
The dice rolls were not overly kind.
Yes, I did very well on 2 of them, and not
+1.
catastrophically badly, but not well on the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Sorry, just very quickly, remind me again, is it 4 stamina?
4 stamina per
back from
provision, and we
provision?
have 10 each.
Yeah, brilliant. Perfect.
Okay. So. Alright. With that done, bear with me a second. Okay, it is time to read the introduction, because obviously neither of us will remember any of this. You are an adventurer in a world of monsters and magic, living by the quickness of wit and skill of sword. You earn your gold as a hired warrior, usually in the employ of rich nobles and barons on missions too dangerous or difficult for their own men. Slaying monsters and fearsome beasts in pursuit of some fabled treasure comes as second nature to you. Being an experienced and highly trained swordsman, you allow nothing to stand in your way on your quests. Your success on a mission is always assured, and your reputation has spread throughout the lands. Whenever you enter a village or town, the news of your arrival spreads through the citizens like a wildfire, as few of them have ever met a dragon slayer before. I'm worried they're bigging us up a bit too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, have they seen any of our previous performances?
Yeah,
Because
yeah. This idea that victory is assured. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's right there in the book, Ben. So.
it's right there, black and white. Yeah. One evening, it is literally written. One evening, after a long walk through the outlands, you arrive at Silverton, which lies at the crossroads of the main trading routes in these parts. Great wooden wagons, hauled by teams of oxen, are often seen rumbling through the town, laden with herbs and spices, silks, metalware, and exotic foods from far off lands. Over the years, Silverton has prospered as a result of the rich merchants and traders stopping there en route to distant markets. Its wealth is quite apparent, with ornate buildings and richly dressed people. But as you enter the town gates, something strikes you as being not quite right. The people look nervous and on edge. Then you notice that all the windows on the buildings have great iron grills bolted over them, and the doors have been strengthened too. Although you prefer your own company to that of others, you decide to stay in Silverton for the night to find out what is troubling the people. As you walk down the main street, a single note from a bell rings out from a tall tower ahead. Then a man shouts, almost desperately, "Nightfall! Nightfall! Everybody indoors!" You see people scurrying around with anxious faces, and looking surprised when they see you. Across the street, you see a tavern with the words "The Old Toad" painted on its signboard. As you enter the tavern, a whisper runs through the locals as they recognise you. Some put down their mugs and stare. You are somewhat surprised that none come over to you to hear tales of adventure. Walking over to the counter, you ask the old innkeeper for a room and a hot tub, but he ignores you and shuffles over to the great oak door, pushing 6 large iron bolts into place. Only then does he turn to you and say quietly, "That will be 5 copper pieces for the room and 1 more for the tub, in advance, if you please." You reach into a leather pouch on your belt and toss the coins onto the counter. He hands you an iron key, but at that very moment there's a loud knocking at the door, followed by a voice shouting, "Open up! Open up! This is Owen Carroll." The old innkeeper shuffles over to the oak door again and slides open the bolts. Then a fat and balding man, dressed in rich scarlet robes, bursts into the tavern. Looking around frantically, he sees you and walks quickly in your direction, huffing and puffing. He is a man certainly not used to haste. You notice great beads of sweat on his forehead in the pale candlelight of the room. As he nears you, he calls out urgently, "Stranger, I must speak with you. Please, sit down. It is important that I speak with you." When he turns to the innkeeper to snap his fingers for food and drink, you can see that he is obviously of some standing in the town. But his face is full of anguish and sorrow. Being curious, you decide to hear what the man has to say. He pulls out a chair for you at a table, bidding you to sit down, and the innkeeper bustles in with a tray laden with hot broth, roast goose and mead. The man in the scarlet robe sits opposite in silence, watching you as you feast, as though examining you for some purpose of his own. Finally, as you push your plate away, the man leans forward and says, in a low but anxious voice, "Stranger, I know of you and seek your aid. My name is Owen Caroliff, and I am the mayor of Silverton. We're in great trouble and danger. We're living under a curse, and it is I who must rid us of it. 10 days ago, 2 messengers of evil rode into town on huge black stallions with fiery red eyes. It was impossible to see the faces of the riders, for they wore long black cloaks with hoods pulled over their faces. Their voices were cold, and each word spoken ended with an unnerving hiss. They asked for me by name, and when I came to greet them, they wanted to take my beloved daughter Mirelle to stay with their master. Zanbar Bone. No doubt you know that he is the Night Prince. Of course I refused their demand, and without another word they turned and rode slowly out of the town, heads down, shoulders hunched. I knew then that beneath the cloaks were hidden the skeletal and soulless bodies of spirit stalkers. Zanbar Bone always uses them as his messengers, as they will complete their mission or die in the attempt, and they do not die easily. Only a silver arrow through the heart will release those evil beings from their eternal twilight existence. Who knows what it would take to kill Zanbar Bone? Anyway, that same night after the Spirit Stalkers left, our troubles began. The Night Prince was angry and determined to harm us. 6 moon dogs came, each stronger than 4 men, each with razor-sharp fangs. They stalked through the town, entering homes through open windows and killing the poor people inside. In the morning, we counted 23 dead. So we barred our windows and bolted our doors. Yet each night the moondogs return, and we are unable to sleep for fear that they might find a way into our homes. Some people are now talking of sending Mirelle to Zanbar Bone. Those whimpering traitors, I should have them flogged. But what good would that do? There is but one hope, and that rests with you, stranger. There is a man called Nicodemus who, for reasons I'll never understand, lives in Port Blacksand. The place is commonly called the City of Thieves, as it is the home of every pirate, brigand, assassin, thief and evildoer for hundreds of miles around. I think he lives there just to get some peace from the likes of us. He is a wise old wizard and is unlikely to come to much harm even in Port Blacksand, for his magical powers are great. He alone is capable of defeating Zanbar Bone. He used to be a friend of mine, many years ago. We need him, and I beg you to bring him to us. None here dares enter Port Blacksand. You will be well rewarded if you help us, stranger. Take these 30 gold pieces for your journey, and take this sword to use and keep. As Owen Caroliff rises, he pulls back his scarlet robe, revealing the finest broadsword you have ever seen. He hands it to you, and, touching the edge of the blade, you are surprised to see a droplet of blood fall from your finger. You then examine the marvellously ornate, gilded serpents twining around the hilt. You've never wanted anything so badly in your entire life before. You stand up and hold up your right arm to Owen. He shakes it eagerly, saying, "You must set off at the first light of dawn. The moondogs will have gone by then. I shall be forced to stay the night here also. So let's drink to our destiny, and may the gods be with us." For the next hour, Owen talks about your coming journey, explaining in detail how to reach Port Blacksand. Later, you gather up your backpack and turn and climb the wooden stairs to your room. You sleep uneasily despite the security afforded by your new broadsword, as you are more than once woken by the sniffing, scratching and howling of the roaming moondogs outside. By dawn you're already awake and dressed, and determined to reach Port Blacksand quickly to find this man, Nicodemus. As you leave the tavern, a black cat scurries past your feet and you almost trip. A bad omen, perhaps. Now turn over. Now, I don't believe for a second that a black cat is a bad omen. I've always had a lot of luck with black cats.
Any cat, indeed.
Yeah.
Surely it's a good omen.
Yeah. Yes, cats are definitely good omens.
I am more worried about the spirit stalkers and the was it hellhounds, the dogs with the strength of 4 men. Slightly more worrying than the black cat at this point.
Can I also point out that these are people who are willing to live in a town that's being attacked nightly by fiends from hell, and yet they think going to Port Blacksand is an unacceptable risk.
Yeah. Relatively speaking, it does concern me.
Yeah, so I'm sure it will go brilliantly. Yes. Okay, so paragraph 1. Sorry. The walk to Port Blacksand takes you west some 50 miles across plains and over hills, fortunately without any harmful encounters. See, I told you that cat was lucky.
Hmm.
Eventually you reach the coast and see the high city wall surrounding Port Blacksand and the cluster of buildings projecting into the sea like an ugly black mark. Ships lie anchored in the harbour, and smoke rises gently from chimneys. It looks peaceful enough, and it is only when the wind changes that you smell the decay in the breeze to remind you of the evil nature of this notorious place. Following the dusty road north along the coast to the city gates, you begin to notice fearful warnings. Skulls on wooden spikes. Starving men in iron cages suspended from the city wall, and black flags everywhere. Sounds like Cornwall. As you approach the main gate, a chill runs down your spine, and you instinctively grip the hilt of your broadsword for reassurance. At the gate, you are confronted by a tall guard wearing a black chainmail coat and an iron helmet. He steps forward, barring the way with his pike, saying, "Who would enter Port Blacksand uninvited? State the nature of your business or go back the way you came." So, we can tell him we'd like to be taken to Nicodemus. We can tell him we'd like to sell some stolen booty.
Yeah.
Or we can attack him.
Be honest, one of those sounds like a reasonable idea. The others seem somewhat reckless, and I'm not saying that I'm not ready to get reckless, Ben, but I believe the option to attack is probably a bad idea.
I think you're probably right.
I mean, it might work, but...
So I suppose the question is, do we go route 1? We're here to see Nicodemus. Let's go and see Nicodemus. I mean, as far as we know, there's no reason for them to stop us seeing Nicodemus, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, it's possible that there are allies of this bone character here, but on average, there's no reason to believe this guard is in league with the people at Silverton.
No, certainly not.
So actually explaining that we're here to see Nicodemus might be enough. And failing that, we can always say, "Oh, and while we're here, we'll sell something later," or we can try and run him through because we have a nice new sword.
Yeah, that's true. Which does need to stretch its legs somewhat.
It does.
I would imagine.
I mean, so far the only blood it's tasted is ours.
Yeah, which is not how we want to end.
No.
Not at this point, anyway. Let's do it.
Okay, we'll just tell him we'd like to be taken to Nicodemus. 202. The guard replies that he will send for an escort to take you to Nicodemus. He reaches up to a small bell in the wall of the guardhouse and rings it 3 times. Almost immediately, 2 other guards come running out of the house. and you're surprised when they each grab hold of one of your arms. The guard with the pike looks up at the sky and laughs, saying, "So you want to see Nicodemus, do you? How would you like to see the inside of a dungeon cell instead?
Oh.
Guards, take this fool away to be shackled, and throw away the key." So, do we allow ourselves to be taken away, attempt to fight the guards, or try to bribe them?
Hmm. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm strongly against the first option.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna put that out there now. It seems like a bad choice. Not particularly keen on ending up in a terrible place, or ending up in the jail belonging to a terrible place. Seems like a bad time.
So maybe.
So, do we want to lose gold, or do we do we want to engage in some kind of fisticuffs, swordy cuffs?
Yeah, I mean, fighting them is obviously a candidate. We do have some gold, though. So I suppose the question is, do we think this is a fight we can actually win? Or do we think we're going to really need that gold?
Both good questions. I feel as though the City of Thieves, it sounds like an expensive place, but also it sounds like the kind of place that's going to have good security.
And possibly the opportunity to find and secure gold.
No, that's true. That's true. Shall we? Are you airing towards the bribery?
I think it's too early to take on a fight this big.
That seems fair.
But, I mean, if you say we fight them to the death, I'm right with you, as always. But
yeah, of course, of course.
I've got your
as
back.
has happened many a time, fighting to the death, or falling into a volcano, or various other means of death. I know, Ben. I know. Shall we try for the bribery then?
Let's try some bribery. Okay, we'll give it a shot. That's 276.
If there's one place it's going to work, it feels like the City of Thieves is the right place.
You tell the guards that you'll make it worth their while if they release you and allow you entry into the city. So how much will you offer them? 5, 10, or 15 gold pieces?
Ooh.
We have 30, don't we?
We do indeed.
I'm tempted to say 15 sounds extravagant, right?
Yeah, it does.
10?
I mean, 5 sounds like a lot to me, but I'm not a guard.
I like you, am not someone who has a lot of gold in my life, but
10 seems reasonable, I'd say.
I think
It's
10's
middle
worth a
ground,
punt.
isn't it? Yeah.
Let's see what they say to 10. I mean, it's possible. 267, apparently.
That's a good number. I like it.
Yes. Okay. The guards holding you look at each other and then at the other guard for a decision. He nods at them and they release their grip on you. As you pay him the 10 gold pieces, he gives you a piercing look, saying, "If Lord Azur finds out that you are in the city without a pass, you're as good as dead. And as for Nicodemus, find him yourself." Suppressing an urge to draw your sword, you turn and walk into the city. Okay, so...
Hello, Luke, by the way. I hope a fun evening was had. I expected nothing less with regards to the drunkenness. We're still alive, which might be slightly more surprising.
I'm disappointed in you, Luke. Unopened beer? What's the point of that? Pooh die already, then I can watch the cricket.
I don't know.
Tell you, some people, yeah.
I know. You were celebrating him as well earlier.
I was saying such nice things about him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Watch your back, Luke.
It is easier to say nice things about him though when you haven't been recently exposed to him, if you know what I mean.
I thought you were going to say when he wasn't here, when he's not here, and then I realised you did. In a roundabout way.
Yes. Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder, as they say.
Indeed. Indeed.
Right. Okay. So, through the main gates, you see that the rubbish-filled streets of the port are narrow and cobbled. Old and decrepit buildings line them closely, with their upper stories overhanging menacingly. Okay, we can go west down Quay Street, north along Market Street, or east down Clock Street. I actually remember this decision, but I cannot for the life of me remember what we did.
Clock, Market, or what was
Quay.
the other one? Quay.
So
of
west
course,
is Quay, and it's Key, not the one you'd assume in a port.
Oh, okay. In a port, yeah. Interesting.
You would think
Key
it's Quay, but it isn't. It's Key. Market straight ahead and Clock to the right.
I don't know. It's a tough choice. Clock, right. Market, north. No. I was just determining whether they're a play on words of any real places, like Key West is.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Key West is actually a place.
Maybe it's just dumb luck.
North Market, Market North, and East Clock East, East Clock. I think Luke may be quite profoundly drunk.
I think you may be right.
I mean, not many people post, "Good, I'm in a suit tonight, albeit with t-shirt, cap, and t-shirt."
It makes you wonder how many t-shirts he's actually wearing.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not one to go against the double t-shirt.
No, same here. I'm a believer in the t-shirt.
Bold choice.
I'm known for this. Yeah.
But I'm quite easy with the choice. I don't think we've got any information at this point to guide us in.
Well, I like your little reference to the
direction.
fact that Key West is an actual place.
Yeah.
Whereas North Market, it might be, but if so, I haven't heard of it. And East Clock or Clock East, I'm not familiar with. So I think we should go to Key West.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
All right. So we'll head west down Quay Street, which is 95.
And I believe Key West. I don't know whether they still do, but at one point they had a film festival, which is kind of ironic because the only other Key island that I know is Key Largo, which
Mm-hmm. Is a
is
film.
a film.
I think I'm right
Anyway,
in saying somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure, but I think Key West spent the entire American Civil War under siege because even though it was at the southern tip of Florida, it remained loyal to the Union all the way through,
ah,
which is a very strange little piece of history, if you know what I mean.
yeah, definitely an interesting little not anecdote, but yeah,
A little
factoid. I like it.
weird side effect of history being the way
Mm,
history is.
yeah.
So, yes, on the left side of the street, you see a large iron key hanging over the doorway of a small shop.
Mm.
A sign in the window reads J.B. Raggins, locksmith. If you'd like to enter the shop, turn to 224, or continue walking west, turn to 300. Now, I feel that though it says that the doorway but doesn't mention a door, I'm pretty confident this is absolutely a door.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a locksmith and it doesn't have a door, it feels as though something is probably wrong with the whole situation.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, yes, I'm in tendency to agree with you, Ben.
excellent. Um, Luke and his motal victories. Yes, yes. Luke's actually had an absolutely spectacular cricket season. I kid you not. I
Mm.
mean, not everyone necessarily is as familiar with the rules of cricket, but he's gone through some of his stats for this year, and they are ridiculous this year. Um, so he really does deserve a few little rounds of applause, and maybe not tonight because he didn't play very often for this team, but it's been a good season for him. Um, right, so we will go into the shop. That's turning to 224. 224. Okay. Sitting on a stool at the back of the shop is an old bespectacled dwarf. He's busy cutting a key on a cast iron treadle machine which squeaks and grinds noisily. You cough to get his attention, but he does not look up from his work. Finally, the machine comes to a halt and the dwarf asks you what you want. We can ask him if he has skeleton keys, or ask him if he knows where Nicodemus lives.
Both good questions.
Until it said skeleton keys could be useful, it never occurred to me that that would be a thing, but actually,
Mm.
that could be really useful.
Well, should we start there and see whether we have any further options?
Hmm. Yeah, we can try. I mean, he might say he doesn't sell such things to random idiots, or
Mm.
might say that it's vastly outside our price range or whatever, but we can try, yeah?
That's true, seeing as we have now lost 10 gold, which I
Yeah,
totally
we
remembered to
have
write
burnt
down.
some of
I
our
didn't just
cash,
update.
um, which, is, well, life, as they say.
Yes, yeah, it is indeed.
Okay, let's
Let's see what happens. I like it.
Let's give it a shot. So we will try for skeleton keys. Skeleton keys for sale, 66.
I'm not sure how I feel about 66.
The dwarf smiles and boasts that he can make a key to open any lock in Port Blacksand. He says that his special keys are priced at 10 gold pieces each. Ooh. If you'd like to buy a key, make the necessary deduction. But whether or not you buy a key, you leave the shop and continue west. Okay.
Oh.
So we don't get to ask him now about Nicodemus. Would you like us to have a skeleton key?
This is the point where, if I was playing a tabletop role-playing game, I would ask, do I trust this person, Ben? Do they seem like they're being honest?
Yeah.
In the City of Thieves.
Yeah.
However, it is quite a alluring end goal, I suppose.
He's also literally the first person we've met in this entire city who hasn't wanted to do us harm.
That we're aware of.
That we're aware of.
Yeah. Well, should we give it a go? I mean, it's only gold. We can earn more.
We can get more gold if we need to. Yeah, okay. Let's do that and get a skeleton key.
Hopefully.
Okay. Never know. Might be useful. So we will do that and turn to 300. Continuing west. The street makes a sudden right turn and heads north. You pass a cluster of small houses and are aware of unseen people watching you walk by. Then the door to one of the houses opens and a small boy dressed in rags runs out and hands you a piece of paper. Without stopping, he runs off and disappears round the corner. The paper has a message on it which reads, "Arrows from 6 bows are pointed at you. Leave 10 gold pieces in the middle of the street and keep walking." We can obey the instruction, making the necessary deduction on the sheet, lose 2 luck points, and turn to 347, or we can keep walking without leaving the gold.
Oh. Well,
okay.
Thought in our first 3 interactions, we could possibly lose all of our gold.
Here's the thing. They cannot possibly know how much gold we've got.
That's true.
So it's weird that they're asking for exactly the amount of gold we've got left.
Yeah, I mean, I could possibly put that down to chance, happenstance, whatever you want to call it. But it is weird.
I mean, I'm tempted to say we just keep walking. And I'm aware that could end this adventure very quickly.
Yeah, I suppose the bad side is that we have a sword, which, depending on where the bows are, is potentially useless. But I'm also not inclined to part with our last 10 gold pieces to such scoundrels.
Yeah. So we're going to take the risk.
Yeah, if you're up for it, I wouldn't have suggested it myself, but I'm certainly happy to go along.
Let's take the risk and see what happens. Because what I'm tempted to say actually is if this doesn't work, given how early we are in the book, I'm not suggesting we necessarily race on again now, but next time we should resume from this point if this is a failure.
Hmm, that seems reasonable.
Okay, so we will keep walking without leaving the gold. Turn to 137. Okay. All right. As you take your first step forwards, you are alarmed to hear the familiar whistle of arrows flying through the air. They are coming from windows on either side of the street. Roll one die. This is the number of arrows that will hit you.
Oh,
Each will cause you to lose 3 stamina points.
okay.
Okay?
Yep, that's not bad. Could be worse.
Yeah. So we roll 1d, multiplied by 3.
Removed from our stamina.
Bear in mind, my stamina is 14.
Ah,
So on a 5 or a 6, I'm dead.
ah. It's
Okay.
still a third. It's not bad. Right. Oh, it's a 4 for me.
Which means how many have you lost? 12?
A 12, which takes me down to 10.
And
Stamina is the one that I rolled well on.
mine's a 6.
Oh, no. You've been quite good with the sixes, which is great for stat rolls.
Yeah,
Not so great here.
it's wonderful. Okay. All right. So I have a suggestion.
Shall we? Are you going to suggest a do-over?
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
partly moved by the fact that the paragraph where we made that decision was paragraph 300. So I'm tempted to say we've done a little over an hour tonight. So let's call it for tonight.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
But next time we pick up one of these books, how about we jump in at 300 with our existing stats as if we didn't make the
Just die.
decision.
Oh, I don't know. Sparrow's not so happy about it. Not sure which bit.
Oh, it just feels quite early in the story to redo the intro and everything again.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I think.
Because I think we kind of just got a bit unlucky with that roll.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, not that we would necessarily succeed heading on, but yeah. All right. If you're happy with that, then what I will do is I will leave my stats as they were when we got to 300.
Yeah.
Which is essentially before we made the decision to walk on, without leaving the money.
Yeah. Perfect. That makes sense.
And it's a good point. Only one of us actually died.
Yeah, Luke. Trying to kill us off. We're half alive.
Yep. Yes. Which, of course, is the other possibility. You could race on your existing stats.
I'm going to be honest. I think it's not going to end particularly well if that happens.
Okay. All right.
We've been there before, I think.
We
And,
have been there before.
It's ended poorly.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. The next time we do this, we will literally start at paragraph 300 with our existing stats and only 10 gold, but we may have to burn through all of that in order to avoid the hail of arrows.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I like it.
Yep. Okay. And Luke is clearly embracing the concept of tough love.
Yes, as we've grown to expect, I'm sure.
Oh yes, yeah. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, he is the taskmaster amongst us.
Yes, excellent.
Obviously.
Right. So before we say goodnight, then what we do need to talk about is tomorrow, because there is an ongoing cricketing theme.
There is indeed. Fresh from his awards evening or end of season do. Luke is taking us through a cricketing role-playing game, which I'll say it again. I think is possibly the most niche thing we've ever done on the channel.
It certainly could be. Yeah.
It's up there for sure.
It's there or thereabouts. Yes. And it is going to be a. Well, I don't know. It's it's going to be fun madness, because it always is when we're doing things.
Yeah. It'll be something you've probably never seen before. I'd like to go out on a small limb and say.
Yes.
A large limb? A large limb.
Yeah.
That's the way you go out on a limb.
It is a cricket RPG, and we will no doubt be insanely successful at it, because for some reason we've chosen our most skilled cricketer to be the referee.
Yes, indeed.
Which is clearly going to end well, because that's how all good teams are at their best.
Yeah, precisely. I'm also slightly worried that Luke is here. Or so it would seem. At least the yellow square. This is what for everybody watching. This is what happens behind the scenes when we're all three of us are streaming on a Friday or Saturday night. Normally, Ben and I will arrive and we'll get the yellow square with Luke.
Yes.
For a few minutes.
I'm just here for the chat.
Oh.
Yes. Well, it's very nice to hear your voice, Luke. I hope you had a good evening tonight.
Yeah, I was just hoping to join in for a little chat after you died and chatted after the stream, and misery had set in.
Well, that is essentially what you've now done. So you have succeeded in that mission.
I am the misery.
Unlike us, who did not succeed.
We did not succeed our mission.
I was hoping for another hour, quite frankly. I was very disappointed.
It's been. I feel as though it was a rough end to what felt like a promising start.
Yeah, I feel we were a bit unlucky there, to be honest.
Yeah.
It didn't fall your way. Let's put it that way.
No, and that does happen sometimes. It's the cruelty of dice.
Exactly. Well, my plan, I might actually head over to Discord, seeing as I have a reasonable sized glass of
boy,
to finish off.
Okay.
And chat over in Discord if anybody is interested. Don't feel as though you have to. If you don't, I'll just continue to work on. I was saying to Ben, I'm working on a menu for one of the pubs in Villagers game.
Oh.
So I'll continue with that. But
I
that
think
might
I
be my
can
plan
probably
once we've wrapped up.
I can probably jump onto Discord for a few minutes.
Good stuff.
Not too long tonight. I have a bit of a start in the morning. I have to take my father to the and me, in fact, to the local surgery to have a little bit of stabbing.
Is it the vaccine time of year? Yes. The messages have been coming through thick and fast. It must be said.
Yeah. So but I will drop into Discord for a bit.
Nice. This is normally where Luke would say something, but he's probably struggling trying to open a bottle of beer that's in his pocket.
Quite likely.
No, that's in the fridge now. That's for tomorrow. It was a Kronenberg 1664, but it's like the blonde version, which was a bit too citrusy for my liking.
You got a bottle of Kronenberg?
Yeah, but it's a blonde Kronenberg. It's a little bit fascist for my liking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. What we will do then is we'll call the stream for now, and we will resume in Discord in a few minutes.
Beautiful. Thank you everyone for watching. As always, it's been short but fun. I think would be the best way to describe our adventure tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, Ewan, and thank you, Luke, for dropping in. And we will jump onto Discord. Good night on stream. Sorry.
Good night, all.
Ben's dying. This is terrible.
Oh, I'll need a moment.
Oh God.
Take it.
See you in a bit. Bye.